Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Obceth here with another mock review. This one comes to us from Bonktacular Productions over on Instagram. His mock's name is Anoku, a Toa of Sonics. Now, as you can see, it's a rather typical Metro build, which I am a fan of. A very solid blend of function and posability. Taking it from head on, we can see instead of the normal Metro feet, he went with the Manta feet, which I really like here, especially just with black on the white. I feel like it gives it a thicker boot-like appearance, which works for this very knightly design he has going on. He went with the Poraka armor for the thighs, which definitely helps give it a little bit more rounding and girth when it comes to the armor, so I like that. He's got the connector pieces right there at the crotch, which is good for filling it out and giving us that black on white color scheme. He's using gray pins here, which I'm going to talk about later. I don't like the gray in this build, but we'll come back to that later. Going further up, I am enjoying the Bionicle shield he has right there. It may not cover up completely, which kind of works here because it still shows the white and black pattern, but also it frames around the heart light, which I like. Just design wise, as a photographer, I like seeing things getting framed as such. And the way it kind of rounds out and goes along with the torso, I can see this being drawn in a very artistic function. Weapon wise, he seems as a sword and shield. I really like the shield here. Just the combination with that, was it Garrock? For the blue rock sheet, its weapons, along with the tall rock, the red bark hollow shield at the very top there. Just those two things together, really, it transforms the piece into something just a little bit more. Was it supposed to be like a kite shield? I really like it. I really do. And with the sword, he seems to have one of the Knight's Kingdom swords, which I will say, in this regard, I actually quite like its addition. The build is overall simple, so I think the simplistic weapon that just shows very clearly, hey, it's a sword. I think it works there, especially with that little piece going beneath the hand as the handle. Very nice, I like it. I also really like the pure black Noble Ruru Kanohi. Often I feel like I don't see enough of the early Bionicle Kanohi being used, and that one just being a pure black one. I know I quite like seeing its addition here. On the we can't not acknowledge the cape. It doesn't seem to be anything. It's not a Bionicle item. I don't know if it's used in any other Lego sets, but I feel it's used here very nicely. You know, it's very white, so it gives a very, I guess you closer say to angelic white knight feel to it. So nice addition. Actually, it kind of reminds me of Omnimon or Alphamon from the Digimon series. So I'm enjoying that. It seems like he does use the gear function here, as he has the G, I believe that's the, either it's G2 or it's one of the later Bionicle gear functions there with the black pen going through it, so I assume he can swivel those arms. So it's nice they decided to actually include the gear function whenever I use a Metro build. I typically don't use it just because I'm using the ball piece additions. I'm going to use that as a segue into my critiques of the build. Now, color scheme, I would want to eliminate all the gray, both the Metro gray and the light gray. I feel that since you already have the black and white color scheme going on with the silver and light and trans green as the highlights, I feel you're a little, it's kind of a missed opportunity to not make those black if possible. On a more personal preference, I enjoy using the ball piece modification for Metro builds, where instead of connecting it all the way to the shoulder like that, you connect the ball piece right next to the torso, put a connector to that, and then you connect it to the actual upper arm. That way you can actually lift the arms up and get a little bit more posability. So I do that with all my Metro builds. I feel it goes a little bit better, and I think in this case, it helps get rid of some of that gapping that's always there with the Metro builds due to how they connect. So it would thicken that up, and it would also lend itself to more of the color seeping through. I guess use whatever opposite color than what you would use for the shoulder. Like if you go for if you go for a black connector for the upper arm, do a white one, and vice versa. I'm also not a big. I can't say I'm not a big fan. I'm not a fan of how you did the upper arms with the armor. I can see you're trying to go for like a simplistic look, but it just looks very unfinished. Like it just doesn't look very good. You could have just gone for straight up Metru shoulder armor, or you could have done some sort of combination where you put Metru, Paraka, or Ignika armor on there, then maybe use a ball piece and a Nuva shoulder at the very top if you don't want to use the normal Metru shoulder piece. There's a multitude of things you could have done that you didn't, so that's really disappointing to see. But all in all, I feel this character is just shy of what it can be as a Metro build. It's a tried and true formula, and when they're done well, they look it. So I think you just need to make a few little upgrades and improvements to it, and I think Anoku could be the best Metro build he can be. If you want to try improving him a little bit more, you can maybe extend out those upper legs and then use some thicker armor there. That could also free up to extend the length of the arms. That way maybe you can just get a little bit more design in there, maybe you can customize some things. Just a few things to mull over, but overall, pretty good mock. It just needs just a little finesse and you got something good on your hands. Thank you very much for watching. Please reach out to me on Instagram as Steampunk Mockus, over on the Bionicle Amino, or on Reddit as Abra_the_hunter, if you would like to see your mock be reviewed on this channel. Until the next one, Obceth out.